Destiny 2's new dungeon, Ghosts of the Deep, is here, so here's an easy guide on how to complete this dungeon. This guide will highlight the loadouts and strategies my team used to get our dungeon clear. Each encounter will be timestamped in the description below. I will also be uploading a separate unlisted video showcasing the path for the first jump puzzles, as it is really long, so link to that in the description below. But with all that being said, let's get into the guide. Starting with the first encounter, your team should spec into add clear heavy loadouts. We found using SMGs, trace rifles, blinding grenade launchers, fusion rifles, and builds like Sunbracer Warlock and Falcon Hunter made this encounter a breeze. When opening the encounter, have your team hop onto your Sparrow and follow the path until you reach the mountain, in which you should take a left. You'll come across an altar that has a few acolytes by it. Shooting the acolytes will start the encounter. Your team will want to kill ads until an ogre spawns in one of 3 pathways. Once this ogre spawns, kill it, and when it dies, it will drop a cloudy green trail on the ground similar to the Wrathborn Hunt trails. This will point you in the direction that you'll want to head to, which will lead you to a symbol. Have your team memorize the symbol as it is very important. Once you've reached the symbol, kill ads, and once all ads are dead, you will then get another Wrathborn Hunt trail leading you to the next group of ads, which will be under the same symbol. Clear out this group of ads, then you will have one more Wrathborn Hunt trail. Take this trail to the next and final group of ads, which will also contain a Lightbearer Hive Guardian. Once all ads are dead, kill the Lightbearer, crush his ghost, which will then give you the Vestige of Light buff. Once you've gotten it, head back to the altar, in which a bold yellow bar wizard will have spawned. Kill it, and behind the altar towards the exit will be a deep sight node. Activate it and look at the 6 statues around the altar. One of those statues will bear the same symbol as the one you just got. Once you find it, dunk the buff into the statue and repeat that same process 3 more times. Once you've dunked the 4th and final buff, you can move on. As I said in the intro, an unlisted video in the description below will be provided, as the first jumping puzzle in this dungeon is very long and can be confusing to traverse, so use that video if need be. The second encounter will be the first boss fight. My team found running a Well of Radiance, a Tether Hunter, and a Nova Bomb Warlock worked amazingly with this fight. For weapons, we chose to use Witherhoard, fusion rifles, and swords. You will start the fight by, once again, shooting the acolytes by the middle altar. Shooting the acolytes will spawn ads at the top of the staircase and in the upper middle level, in front of the 3 statues. With these ads spawns will be 3 bold yellow bar knights, who must be killed to progress the fight. Once it dies, a deep sight node will spawn in front of the fire in the middle of the room. When you activate this deep sight node, look at the left and right walls to see 3 translucent symbols spawn on the walls. You must memorize these 3 symbols for the next part, but if you need to, you can get a refresher by continuously using the deep sight node for the symbols. Once you have the 3 symbols, you'll need to go underwater to activate the symbol. There are 3 pools of water that you can use to access the underwater section, which are both on the opposite sides of the deep sight nodes. Once you've entered the underwater section, you'll need to go around the room of finding these symbols while the boss follows you. If the boss attacks you while underwater, your oxygen meter will be hit pretty harshly and you'll need to find a bubble immediately. The symbols will be shown via little runes on the wall that will display the symbol. If you come across a rune with your symbol, walk up to it and hold your interaction, which will spawn a light-bearing Hive Guardian up top. Once all 3 symbols are grabbed, head back up and kill the Hive Guardians. Once they're dead, take the buff and dunk them into the statues. Once all statues are dunked, head towards spawn where you'll find a bold yellow bar knight. Kill this knight, and once he dies, he'll drop a cloudy green pool that once you step in, will let you damage the boss's shields. Damage the boss's shields, and once they're down, damage him immediately. As a reminder, my team used swords here and it worked really well. Once the damage phase is over, rinse and repeat until the boss is dead. Once the boss dies, you can move on. The next and final encounter is arguably one of the coolest arenas we've ever seen for a boss fight. For this fight, my team found running Well, Tether Hunter, and a Damage Sweeper did great in this fight. We also used blinding grenade launchers, fusion rifles, and sleeper simulant for easy damage. You'll want to start the fight by crushing the Hive Ghost that is over Oryx's dead body. Once it's crushed, you'll want to kill ads, in which once they're dead, you'll get a deep sight node. This node spawns in one of 3 different areas, which are by Oryx's chest, his knee, or his left hand. Activate this node, which will showcase 3 different ritualistic circles and 3 deposit locations. Upon revealing these locations, you'll get a bold yellow bar knight spawning in the middle. You'll need to kill this knight in a specific location in order to progress this encounter. This knight will need to die while you or your team are in the ritualistic circles around the room. The knight itself does not need to be in the circle, so don't worry about baiting it in. Once the knight dies, a hive circle should spawn above the circle and a circle symbol will spawn away from the ritual. You'll need to line up the circle with the hive symbol, and if done correctly, a symbol will appear above the circle. You'll need to repeat this process for the other 2 ritual circles. Once all circles have been done, your team should see 3 symbols. Once you see these 3 symbols, your team will need to enter 3 different underwater sections. These entrances can be found by Oryx's head, left hand, and right knee. Once you enter, you'll see another exit which will have some ads beside it. Once you've exited the underwater section, you'll have some ads to kill, including a light-bearing hive guardian, and one of the 3 symbols from outside. You must memorize what symbol it is in the room, as if you place the buff at the wrong symbol, you die. Once you've killed ads and you've gotten the buff, activate the deep sight resonance node and head to the symbol that you had in your room and dunk the buff. Once all buffs are dunked, cloudy green pools similar to the one in the previous boss room will spawn, in which you must use them to drop the boss's shields. Once the boss's shields drop, damage the boss until they go vulnerable. From there, rinse and repeat for an easy completion of the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon. Well, that'll wrap up the guide. If you found it helpful, then consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Destiny 2 content dropping weekly. I'm currently working on a solo dungeon guide, so if you're looking forward to that, then be sure to subscribe to know when it goes live. Finally, follow me on my social media platforms, all linked in the description below. With that being said, I'm SniperKH, and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.